Hello and welcome back to my channel, Mel Stampin' Gallery. I'm Melanie, your close to my heart maker. And today I want to use the products from the I Want Candy collection to help me document some Halloween photos that I have. And I will show those to you in just a minute. But first I wanted to show you the I Want Candy collection. It's very pastel-like, as you can see. But that is very on trend right now for the colors for the holiday season, believe it or not. If you go into some of the, like Hobby Lobby in those stores, you will see a lot of these colors for the Halloween decor. But the nice thing is that, yes, this is Halloween, but we only really have just a couple little ghosts here and a bat. But the rest of it is just very candy themed. So how cute would this be for a sweet little girl's birthday layout, or even a little boy, because you do have the blues as well as the pinks. And then you have these adorable little puffy stickers. Let me take those out of the package for you so you can get a better look at those. And I just love those. They look good enough to eat, actually. And then we also have, if you get the product bundle, or you can buy them separately too, the Irresistible Stampin' Thin Cuts. And I absolutely love this web and these cute little adorable ghosts. And then you also have the I Want Candy Stampin' Thin Cut set with the, it's very candy themed, and you can see Life is Sweet, So Good, Sprinkle Goodness, Give Me Some Sugar. So this would be perfect for any kind of a layout, not just Halloween. So think beyond Halloween. Think birthday parties, think little girls, think baby. The sky's the limit, really. So I wanted to show you, if you sign on to my website, melaniegiesel.closetomyheart.com, you scroll down to the I Want Candy, and then you can see all the products that they have here. And as always, if you buy the product bundle, you save 20% and you get all the goodness at once. So the other good thing is, of course, then you have the Irresistible Scrapbooking Workshop and the I Want Candy Scrapbooking Workshop Guide that you can download here for free as well. All right, now I said that this can go beyond Halloween, but I am going to go ahead and use a couple of trick-or-treat or Halloween pictures from a couple of years ago. And this is my family going out for Halloween, and I don't know if you know who that is, but the girls were very into Bluey, a cartoon on, I don't know if it's Netflix or it's just on TV, I don't know. But anyway, they were really into Bluey, and that's what they wanted to dress up for Halloween, and everybody put on their mask and went out trick-or-treating. Now you might be saying, but Melanie, that picture has a lot of red in it. Yes. So anyway, there's no red in this paper. So how are we going to make this work? Well, stay tuned and you'll find out. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about the inspiration I'm going to use for today's layout. I'm going to use the Irresistible Scrapbooking Workshop Kit that I showed you that you can download from the website. And I like this layout here, which is layout number 1. So according to the sketch diagram, the white daisy is at a 10.5 inch square. All right, so the two photos will go in the center, and the way I have it, about like that. And then there'll be a border around that depending on what paper I choose. So let's start with this one. I really like this one. I love all that candy and I really want to use it. And it looks okay, but I think it's fighting too much with all the colors in the photo. And if I flip that over to the blue plaid, I like that, but I still think it's just not right. I don't like the mask here seems to be fighting with the sapphire blue. Okay, so let's try another one. Let's try this one. I love this pink one that says candy, and that would work because it's got the pink in her sweater and the pink there, that it's bringing all those colors out. But I think I want a little bit more color. I want more color to stand out, and that pink is just not quite enough. Let's bring in, there's one more sheet. This is actually the piece that they use in the inspiration piece, that workshop one. It's got all the colors that I like, but I don't know, something still isn't quite right. Maybe the background is too white. So if I flip it over, it's got the diagonal stripe with several of the colors. And I like that because it's not fighting with the colors. It's kind of going with the colors, especially the blue in the mask and the pink and the yellows in the mask as well. But there's one more little thing. I think if I turn the paper this way, so the diagonals are running in this direction, do you see what that does? That draws your eye right to this photo. And yes, you can see this, but it's more like kind of you're seeing it out of the corner of your eye, and this becomes the focal point rather than the red in this photo. All right, so the other thing that you want to do, according to the diagram, is to build just a small frame around this piece of white daisy. Now this is a piece of, I think it's called Capri. It's not one of the colors in the color pack, but it goes with the colors nicely. It really goes with them. And if I put it on there, it looks nice. It's not fighting with it, but you know what happens? It almost matches the colors in the mask almost too perfectly, so that when you look at it, all I'm doing is I'm looking at that mask. And I don't want that. I want everything to kind of blend together. So I thought, what if we take the periwinkle, which matches this background paper because it is one of the colors in the collection, and we use that as the mat of our paper. And do you see what that does? It makes the picture stand out from the background. You still see the background in all the beautiful colors, but now our focus is on the pictures as a whole and not just that part of her face. All right, so before we adhere all this down, there's some treatments I want to do to this white daisy piece first. So let's move that out of the way. I'm going to stamp on it just a little bit. So we're going to flip over our Versamat to the spongy side. And in this Irresistible set, there is this little diamond and star shape. So I want to go ahead and I want to stamp that in the matching periwinkle and Sundance. Next thing I want to do is cut the pattern paper strips that go in the background. These are the paper patterns that I've chosen to go with my photos. I've got the one strip of, is that lemonade, I think? And the glitter paper. Can you see that pink glitter paper? How pretty that is. That is so pretty in real life. And it's got a little notch on it, but that's okay because the pictures will cover it up. Now, according to the workshop guide, the strips were going horizontally, but I thought because my pictures are a landscape design, I thought I would rotate the strips and make them go vertically to kind of go with the orientation of the pictures. So then, like I said, they're going to go kind of like this. And like I said, I'm just dry fitting everything right now because then I'll go in and glue it all down when I have the basics down. Then the next thing was taking this spider web die cut, and I've cut it out of two of them out of the pink glitter paper. I don't know if the camera's catching that glitter or not, but one web in each corner, and I'm going to have that one go over the photo, and then this one I think it's going to go under the photo, about like that. Now that we've got the things, basically the background down, it's time for the fun part, all the embellishments. So up here we're going to put a few embellishments, and I've got one of the little ghosts that I cut out, die cut, and can you see I put a little clear shimmer brush on him. So I think I'm going to put him up here, or maybe it's a her. Why do I keep saying him? It could be a her. So we'll put that one up there. And here's a little ghost from the set, and I think I'm going to stamp this one over here with my intense black ink. Okay, so let's get the intense black and let's ink up that ghost. But first, let's remember to put that foam sheet underneath so I get a nice impression when I stamp. And I want it to be kind of coming off the picture right there. Just give it a second and lift up. Yeah, and that looks pretty good. And I think down here I want to make the title, the Happy Halloween, so I'm going to have to stamp that on just a piece of white daisy cardstock. And I'll have to fussy cut that out because there isn't a thin cut for that. So let's see if I can get this inked up pretty good. And it's just scratch paper, so hopefully that'll work out pretty good. Let's press that down and lift up. And that looks good. All right, the other thing is there was this little trick-or-treat bag. I think I'm going to stamp that up. And there is a thin cut for that, so let's stamp that. Doesn't matter where, because we will cut that out. And that came out good. Now the only thing is I do want to take my tri-blend markers and go ahead and color this in. And I think I'm going to use the lavender blend. And I just got this actually today. So I want to start with the dark on the side here. I'm just going to kind of go like that, a little bit on the handle on both sides. Actually, I think I'm going to put the dark on both sides, and the light will be in the center. And we'll just kind of bring it around a little bit to the bottom, like so. Okay, let's fill that in a little bit more. Put our lid back on, of course. Let's go with the mid-range and go right over that dark part, over the whole thing, bringing that out to the center a little bit. And let's do it on the other side here. And I kind of go dark first, medium. Medium goes over the whole thing. All right, a little bit here on the handle. And then we'll use the light shade. Make sure you get the light. I've done that before. I thought I had the light and it was the dark. And then this just gets color in the rest of it. And the thing is, you go into that dark area where you colored, and it kind of pushes the dark color, pushes the light color into the dark and blends it together quite nicely. And it even looks better, like when you're coloring it and it's wet, you might think, oh, that doesn't look so good. But trust me, when it dries, it looks perfect. All right. Ooh, you know what? This would have looked even better if I had heat embossed it. Oh well, next time. Let's go over that. See, I'm taking my light color all the way to the edge where even the dark, right over the dark. And that blends it in quite nicely. All right, so there you have it. The trick or treat. Then I will cut this out with my die cut machine and I'll be right back. All right, so I think I've got everything adhered down. I did pop up some of these embellishments with some 3D foam tape. And I've got this little piece. This actually is from the other stamp set, the I Want Candy stamp set that is coordinating with this. And I went ahead and I stamped it, colored it in with my tri-blend markers, and then took some liquid glass to put over it and then sprinkled it with a little bit of diamond glitter that I had. So I think I'm going to put that down here in the corner just to bring in a little bit of extra. I think I'm going to put that with my Tombow. And we're just going to slide that in there under the ghost. Good. All right, so down here I'm just going to put a little bit of journaling, I think, with some journaling lines. But I think to do that, I'm going to take my, what color is this? Lemonade. And my domed applicator. And I'm just going to make a little space here for the journaling. Since I'm going to write right on here, I kind of like to embellish the background a little bit. I've got my journaling lines drawn down here, but as I was looking at it, I thought it really needed something up here. And the sketch had the sticker that said group shot up there. I thought, okay, I've got too much purple going on there now. Plus that was just kind of hanging out there in outer space. So let's bring in a stitched circle, and I've cut that out of the matching lemonade paper on the light side. So I think I'm going to put that there. And I want to use the Give Me Some Sugar stamp, and I'm probably going to stamp it right there, not in the center of the circle. And I'm using the I Want Candy, so I'm bringing that into this layout as well. So when I place the circle there, that's about where I want to stamp it. I do want to stamp it with my intense black ink. I'm going to bring that down here a little bit closer to me so I can see. But also I want to make sure I've got my foam underneath there so I can get a good impression. So that's where I want it. Let's see, hopefully this works because I've got other pieces underneath there. You know what? I'm going to move that off the paper. So I'll move it off the paper, put it on my foam, and I'm going to put it up a little bit higher and stamp and push down and hold it for just a second and then lift up. And there you go. Now we can put it on our layout. Let's scoot that back over here and get this back where you want it. And I've got some of the images like I had down here with the little candy bag that I've stamped and cut out from the I Want Candy set. And I'm going to put them, I'll kind of audition a couple of them around here like so maybe. And then from that I Want Candy set they had this little word irresistible. And I just cut that out, stamped it and cut it out with a banner shape that I had. I think I'm going to put that there. And then one of the die cut pieces in the I Want Candy set actually cuts out 2 layers. You get the solid piece and then you get a like an outline piece. So I cut that in the light side of the lemonade and then the dark side for the outline piece. And I think I'm going to put that down here to bring some more of that yellow around there. So we've got 3 points of the yellow. And so I went ahead and I popped this Irresistibles up on the tag, and I decided just to go with the one piece of candy, added a few little puffy stickers there in each corner. And like I said, I've got my journal lines. I'll just write that journaling there. But I think this does it for me. Of course, I could keep going. I love all these little candy shapes. It would be so easy to add some more of that, but I think this is it. It needed a little bit of yellow. It needed that triangle. So if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like the products you see, don't forget to check that description box down below for links to my website where you can purchase the supplies. And also while you're there, don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And all the still shots will be available there on Instagram and Facebook as well. So again, thanks so much for joining me. Until next time, bye-bye.